times. I mean, both of these characters are still going to get all the farm regardless of whether they get every drop of gold or not, but something to keep your eye on over there in the way that lane's interacting.
An early rotation here from Elion making his way over to solo. Same thing goes for Pikaways, who's been hanging around this right side more often than not. Tegvir is just so safe on this King Arthur, though, with so much lockdown mobility. I mean, even your auto attacks contribute to how quickly you can get across the map. As Elion has teamed up with Pikaways and Delny on this right-hand side, it's Tegvir and Ratmelk trying to earn back the blue buff here. Blink away from Ratmelk. Tegvir locked into the wall. What a fantastic Rivers Rebuke to lock down Tegvir. First blood goes the way of the Kaolin Wardens as the solo lane King Arthur falls and loses a blue buff on the tail end.
Whether or not they're going to be here. And the Wardens are thinking, well, they're going to send people to defend the blue buff. That means we can be on the left side of the map for free. And it doesn't look free right now.
Might be in a good spot here. The Xibalba Storm, that is. As the Terra ultimate is being channeled. Globe immediately deletes Pikaways. And check it out. The ultimate's still online for the Thoth here. As Nog chucks out one of those potions and walks away safely.
Which you don't see a whole lot of, at least not in that particular location, as Globe gets forced out of the mid lane here by Nog's ultimate. But usually if you're going that deep into the enemy jungle, it's your jungler by himself or maybe has a backliner with him there. Elion is very far forward alongside his jungler. And unfortunately, they get spotted out very early, which means that Pikaways takes a spill off the back of that. They had Pikaways sitting like a sentry ward on the left-hand side of the map and just waiting for any kind of rotation. And now, actually, it's Elion who's in trouble.
Wow, great lockdown from the Xibalba Storm. Off the mark there, Globe just barely whiffing the final judgment that would have knocked out Elion, who escapes just by the skin of his teeth there. The Kaolin Wardens.
What is this?
Going on the right-hand side of the lane, though. Tegvir going to fall between the three members of the Kaolin Wardens.
Too much, which is good for them, considering it looks like a Gold Fury fight might be brewing here pretty soon.
Quiet so far here through 15 minutes. Both the Fury respawning. Got an important neutral objective on the map as Globe burns the Aegis early. Pikaways leaping in up into that bat out of hell, swishing through the fight. Meanwhile, Delny's made the rotation as well, playing havoc here in the backline. Ratmelk deletes Pikaways. What an ultimate there out of the jungler. Delny up into that somersault cloud, healing up a little bit. Happen and Tegvir leading the charge here for the Xibalba Storm. It's going to be a power play for the Storm for the next 18, 17, 16 seconds as Pikaways was annihilated there by the combination of Globe and Ratmelk. Unfortunately for the Storm, fortunately for the Wardens, Storm was chunked down just enough that they can't immediately turn their sights to the Fury.
They are still looking at it, though. Half HP on Happen, but they are here. The rest of the squad is coming, so the Kaolin Wardens make their way in. They gotta get in here soon, Dimes.
Nog, Tuba, Delny, everybody from the Wardens are here. The Primal Fury not going down quick as the Xibalba Storm take out the Primal Fury, but they may pay for it as the duo lane here for the Order T has fallen low and locked into place. The Rivers Rebuke from Elion, beautiful to take out the duo lane from the Xibalba Storm, and it's just a matter of follow-up here from the Kaolin Wardens, pushing out Tegvir and Ratmelk. Sure, the Storm grabbed the Fury, but the Kaolin Wardens with a phenomenal follow-up engagement.
Without that ultimate, the Xibalba Storm just disengaged from that, cleanly getting the Gold Fury and then making their way out like bandits in the night. But instead, several kills going with the way of the Wardens, opening up this Pyromancer.
Pyromancer going down to the Kaolin Wardens. It was a close one, but the Chaos Squad securing it. Ratmelk takes out Elion to kick things off. There's a second for the jungler, falling low. Delny putting the finishing touches on the Pele. Nog forced out. It's Delny who's plenty tanky, taking on Tegvir and Happen. And once again, it's back and forth. One team grabs an objective, the other team grabs a kill.
Determine who actually ended up coming out on top, but this time it is unequivocally the Kaolin Wardens who are going to be killing Globe unless Ratmelk has something to say about it.
Phenomenal Aegis from Globe delays the death for just a second. What a shell! Oh my goodness, Globe stays alive. Ratmelk turns it back around onto Pikaways. Might be in a tough spot here. Elion once again with a phenomenal set of walls crashing down on the Xibalba Storm. Knocked up in the air by the King Arthur, who's made the rotation as well. Shinigami leaps over the wall to safety. And Globe and Ratmelk somehow hanging on to their lives.
You go in, you understand, I'm probably dying here, but I'm going to get some good initiation off. You might do some more of it here.
Shinigami leaps away. Pikaways follows right behind him, but who is here? but Rat Milk Shinigami. Low, Shinigami able to walk away. Peek aways. I mean, you see Rat Milk and you immediately have to hit the exit button. Rat Milk able to use that ultimate for a little bit of mobility as well. You got Happen and Glow backing you up. It's a 4v4 here on the left-hand side. Peek aways. Doesn't have much to his name, though. Nice leap over that stun from the Terra Walls.
Are level 20. This is just about as good of a time as it can be to hit that level cap and get that starter item online. We'll see what the Kaolin Wardens can actually do to manifest that lead into something more important, because this is certainly their power play here. Even trying to force a fight around the Fire Giant, because they do have a pretty reasonable lead in the items, even if the golden XP doesn't reflect it.
Xibalba Storm listening into comms here. Head right to the Oni Fury Globe, using the ultimate to try to snag the Pyromancer, though, means that Secure is going to be down. Nog forced into the home sweet home early. Happen, locked into place, immediately pops the shell to escape the River's Rebuke, and is just chunked down here by the Kaolin Wardens. Delny, meanwhile, playing the frontliner, peek away, snags another kill on a Rat Milk. That's 2 down for the Xibalba Storm. Tigveer is trying to run away as fast as those King Arthur legs will let him, as Delny chases down the King Arthur here. Peek away is right behind him as well. Blinks in aggressively. Globe able to use the Aegis, but Peek away has that incredibly mobile ultimate. One more auto attack out of Peek away would have done it. But Globe, I mean, look at literally on the left-hand side, Globe went gray for a second.
Right.
The game thought Globe was dead. Somehow escapes the underworld yet again. Kaizo wouldn't be surprised if that item gets a look taken at it here in the
You think?
in the coming future.
That's a hot take, buddy.
Wardens have grouped up on the right-hand side here and kick things off against the Xibalba Storm, kicking off potentially a Fire Giant fight as we approach 25 minutes. Got a lot of level 20s on the board here for the Kaolin Wardens. Build starting to hit that critical mass point where damage is being pumped out here. Globe trying to pump out some damage of his own. Little off the mark there with that first Thoth ability. Delny moving forward here in the Tiger form. Grabs a stun. Not a ton of follow-up. Interesting ultimate there out of Globe. Kind of a curious usage.
Which means the Wardens are in the Fire Giant pit.
Globe ultimate still down here for the Thoth. And the Kaolin Wardens elect to hop off the Fire Giant and hop on to the Xibalba Storm. Happen, driven out early. Tigveer trying to run away as well. Create space for the Xibalba Storm to either reinitiate around the back. It's exactly what Rat Milk's trying to accomplish, but Happen falls too quickly. Tigveer does take out Peekaways in the meantime, but Rat Milk dives for and pays for it. Globe turns at least one around. Tigveer knocking up Elion. Globe with a second. This is a clean re-engagement here from the Kaolin Wardens. Looks pretty good for the Chaos Squadron, with the Xibalba Storm have come out on top.
And they're going to have to reset here, but actually good grab there from Shinigami, making sure nobody's teleporting anytime soon. Questioned the use of the Thoth ult in right lane, but he gets excellent follow-up on everybody that gets crowd-controlled by Rat Milk. The pair of them just did so much damage to the entirety of the backline of the Wardens and one other person, and now it's just Delny here to play defense.
Trying to at least buy time to allow the rest of the Kaolin Wardens to go in. Delny up into the air to that somersault cloud. Gonna wait to time it out. The Kaolin Wardens! Delny plays it perfect! Smashes down, snags the Fire Giant under the nose of the Xibalba Storm. And now the rest of the Wardens are here to play havoc on the Storm.
A blink in here from Pico for the chase, and he's gonna go up into the bat out of hell. Globe is gonna be in trouble here.
Globe's getting low. Aegis already burning. Somehow he once again escapes. Oh, what a catch from Elion. Tuba snagging the double kill. Elion says, I'll take one. Thank you very much. Kaolin Wardens with a Fire Giant and a 3-piece. Turn it right back around. Immediately head to this tier 2 tower. Might even grab a Firebird for their trouble. Elion healing up the squad. It's 5 members with 3 members of the Xibalba Storm down for the count for another 20 seconds. The Kaolin Wardens might just march their way down mid lane here. The Phoenix has fallen. Titan is exposed. It's just Tigveer and Shinigami playing defense here for the Xibalba Storm. Kaolin Wardens on the Titan, half HP. It's going to be a reset, though. In the meantime, Peekaways has taken out Shinigami. It's just Tigveer. Happen has made the rotation as well. Tigveer able to escape. Kaizo, Titan falling. Kaolin Wardens take game number 1.
Wow, that was quite the turnaround there from the Kaolin Wardens to not only bounce back after getting their own This Zeus is going to be very comfortable with the concept of potentially taking a spill if it means that he can get a good payoff for his team.
Pikaways going to work on Tigveer here. It's falling so low. A phenomenal wall, but it also locks Tigveer in. It's going to be enough out of Ratmilk, though, to push out Pikaways and Delny, who would love
another physical character. But it definitely would have been close, and it's definitely a whole lot better than starting out getting soloed here in the solo lane execute, because you're moving in a predictable pattern.
Tuba, oh, loved that use of the CC, but is it going to be enough? The answer is no. Immediately kicks off the Desert Fury, though, for the CC, cancels it. Unfortunately, Ratmilk had just enough follow-up to put the enemy ADC in the ground. Pico still hanging around here on the shield buff. Elion and the Kamazots want to make something happen. Unlikely to do so, though. Shinigami looking pretty decent here with the Dev's Gloves online. Ratmilk obviously not stacking anything, just has a full-on Jotun's Wrath. And everyone always forgets the Thor passive, right? In early game, it makes a huge difference.
Certainly does, and he's using it to good effect here on Elion. The emoji ultimate comes out and will give him an escape route, but Pico's in as well.
Oh, Pikaways is feeling themselves here in game number 2. Unfortunately, quite healthy are the Xibalba Storm. You dash in aggressively, and we really haven't. I mean, the one time we've seen it was on the left-hand side. Now, heading toward the middle lane with Pico falling low, able to use the CC immunity from the ultimate to immune the taunt there. Okay. Elion turns it right back around on
Ratmilk.
Enough from the home sweet home. No, and so tanky. I mean, look at that. Thor crashed down, and Nog took literally 0 damage as the Chief Centaur takes out Pico in the backline. I mean, how the Chief Centaur must have wrapped around all the way under the tier 2 tower to get that deep in the enemy jungle.
It is worth noting that because he's trying to be so active, he's actually falling a good bit behind his opposition here. Elion is level 10, whereas Happen only level 8.
Pikaways, the enemy, or the recipient, I should say, of the double tap, immediately gets locked down, and Shinigami with a backflip to put the finishing touches on the Kamazots. A dunk in here from Ratmilk. Great CC immunity there from the home sweet home to immune the wall. And Nog able to escape the wrath of the Thor.
Oh, where he's getting all this farm from, it's not Chief Centaur, because that guy definitely fights back, but he's getting it somewhere, and apparently it's off of Tigveer. Do that because the entire time the Xibalba Storm solo laner is in right lane. Delny pushing down that tower in right, answering back the one in left, but that opens up a Gold Fury here, Dimes.
And it goes the way of the Xibalba Storm. As Tigveer and Shinigami are falling low. Can you catch for a second? Chaos Squad is the Kaolin Wardens.
Yes. And if, as we see this Pyromancer contested here, Dimes, I'd like to actually point out the fact that Elion is getting bursted and deleted here by Ratmilk and the combination of the rest of the boys going up into the air, trying to land on Delny. He's already out of there, though, and Pico blinks away as well.
What a nice blink from Pico there to get out of the Anvil of Dawn. Delny might be in a tough spot here, falling low. Actually, I got juked. That was a clone.
The people who are actually picking him are very comfortable with positioning themselves effectively in a situation with, oh my god, Delny is, the whole team is here.
And Athena has made the rotation as well. The execute goes off for the second time this game, and Delny and the Zeus able to walk away from that double feature gank in the middle lane. Happen wants to keep it rolling here on Elion, who gets chunked down by Tigveer, who is officially online. The execute once again.
Stormer around. The Wardens have the vision around this objective, so they will at least know that this one's going down, Dimes, but doesn't look like anybody's going to elect to step up and attempt to steal this one away. Delny's going to be grabbing some farm in right lane, looking to invade some of those camps, and will actually spot out the fact that the speed buff is spawning, so a small moral in the last couple of minutes. I mean, it's been a lot of nothing, and then very suddenly, a lot of this.
Oh, Pikaways might be in a spot of trouble here. The Thor electing to dunk down onto the Oddher over here in Tuba. The double tap not even necessary as the initial hit from the hammer sends the Oddher to the graveyard. Delny able to walk out of danger here. Happen wants to keep it rolling in the middle lane. And a home sweet home from Nog, able to immune that taunt and a potential taunt that was coming on the way. But Tuba is down on the ground for the next 20 seconds or so, and Pico takes a ton of damage. One more execute off the mark. Tigveer finally whiffs at least one, and a Riptide gets Pico out of danger. But the Xibalba Storm with plenty of positioning and bodies to secure this beacon.
First answer back from the Wardens here, and actually El Leon gets taunted in, bursted down into CC chain. Aegis comes out from the Umoja and will save his life there. And not the worst idea in the world, Dimes. I mean, allows you to immune the burst damage off the Athena taunt and also prevent you from getting executed. Can they take the fight on the Pyro, though?
Rivers Rebuke back online. Peek away, taunted in by Happen. Rivers Rebuke in the backline, and Globe deletes El Leon. Up in the air goes the Thor. Pico likely the target here in the backline. Waiting. Smashing down onto nobody there as the Delny clone gets sent back to the Master with a little bit of CC as well. The Kaolin Wardens have opened the door for a Pyromancer, and with only a few members of the Xibalba Storm to answer.
Hour, it's a good shutdown onto Shinigami if they can find it. Blink in from Pico.
Shinigami with a backflip locked into place. Here's some CC, and Pico up into the air takes out Shinigami for the second death.
Could have been an opportunity for the Kaolin Wardens to use their own Runic Bomb to try to secure, but looks like instead it's going to be the Gold Fury. And honestly, Dimes, that might give the Storm the chance to take a position around this Fire Giant and fight the Wardens on rotation.
Pyromancer was not going down as quickly as the Xibalba Storm wanted, as now one member in Shinigami has been caught out. Delny trying to head to the backline. Pico joining the solo laner as well. Shinigami's the target, but this is a lot committed to take out only one member. Shinigami at least is going to fall, slammed down by Ratmilk just to escape Happen. Would love to keep the fight rolling here, but the Xibalba Storm, I mean, they're not low on HP, but they're not topped off exactly as high as they would be. The Kaolin Wardens see an opportunity to take this Fire Giant and start it up. Delny headed back and right back in the action with the teleport. Happen is low. El Leon locking down the Athena, jumping forward as Tuba as well.
Nice.
The Riptide, perfect from El Leon, but Happen able to escape with just a sliver of HP after Nog throws a potion over the wall as well. And the Kaolin Wardens have driven back the Xibalba Storm for a second time and will settle for the Pyro.
Globe and Ratmilk are still around here, which means that with the ult, or the teleport in from Tigveer and the ult available from Happen, they do have at least Ace is one of those objectives. So you're playing with a 2,000 to 3,000 damage threshold for either team that they have to be very careful around, because if they time it wrong, if they're not in position with those characters that have the bomb, if they're not ready for it, could be catastrophic.
Tigveer, the target of the eye here from the Kaolin Wardens. El Leon locked down a little bit behind. The execute is here, but Tigveer can't quite find the way into the backline. The Kaolin Wardens. Globe chunked down dearly as well. Kept that Aegis in the pocket, though. The beads will be back up and forth. The enemy Titan. Likely the Xibalba Storm will do the same uncontested. As Delny has blinked into the backline. Pico as well. Playing Space Creator here. 3 caught in the Rivers Rebuke as Nog takes out Shinigami to kick things off. Globe falling low. There's the Aegis. No more escape for Globe as Nog has found a second in this engagement.
Happen, also 1 HP, getting chased down here. Pico, meanwhile, on the left-hand side, grabs one of his own, and Happen will squeak on out, but can Tigveer say the same?
Kaolin Wardens underneath the Phoenix with a tier 2 tower online, chasing down kills, and now Nog is caught in a tough spot here as El Leon's going to step forward, take a couple tower shots for the mid laner. And, oh man, this feels like shades of the first game here as the Titan is charging down the Phoenix, and the Kaolin Wardens, they are not going to do it again as they head into the base of the Xibalba Storm with only Happen, not even Happen, to defend. It's Titan on Titan violence as 5 members of the Kaolin Wardens take game number 2 in the same damn way they took game number 1.
Flashback to reality. There goes gravity, and there goes the Xibalba Storm.